Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm reviewing Diamond Select's Captain Jack Sparrow figure. There's me on the background. But yeah, I know it's not horror related, but it's a cool figure nonetheless. Can't speak. It's a cool figure, and I'm going to review it because Jack Sparrow's like probably one of my favorite movies. Pirates of the Caribbean, not Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow isn't a movie. Of course, we got Kermit. Of course, like I said, I'm gonna try and have him in all videos from now on, or at least he'll cameo. And I know he looks like very dark green. Let's see if the light has anything to do with it. No, on camera he looks like he's dark green, but he's pretty lime green in real life. So I guess on camera he looks a bit more accurate. And the eyes are actual fabric, but there's like plastic under them. Enough of me talking about Kermit. Let's take a look at the packaging on this figure. And I have already opened it in the car, but I haven't gotten like everything out. I got the figure out in the spare hand, which is why it's fallen down out of plastic. So it says Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Tunnel Tales, Jack Sparrow collectible action figure, and then Diamond Select Toys, ages 8 and up. Warning, choking hazard, small parts not for children under 3 years. Then on the side, it just says Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Tunnel Tales. And then it's got this cool little compass thing. And then just the side view. And same on the other side. On the back, you got the Jack Sparrow figure. And then everything. If you want to read it, pause the video. And you can read it. Read what it says. And it says Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Tunnel Tales again. Why is this messing with my camera? Sorry, the things that hold the phone on my gimbal are messing with the camera because it's like half of it is cut out. And then again on the other side, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Tunnel Tales. The side view, on the top there's nothing, and then on the bottom, Disney, Diamond Selects, all the good stuff, comic shop stuff. Let me get the camera all set up and not mess it up. And there's the hand. I do like this backdrop. I might keep it out of the box, like this blue part in here. It looks real cool, but it does come with a pretty good display case or display stand for this figure. This is the part I was talking about, by the way. Since it already flew out, this is the spare hand with the sword. Yeah, pretty neat. I would rather the sword be a part that you could just take off. And if you guys don't know, I like my Jack Sparrows to have removable hats. And I was watching a review on this, and I had already watched it before last year, or 2 years ago with the pandemic and all on Zoom. And I was like, oh, that's right, the hat can't be removed. But the display base on this thing is amazing. Also, the figure looks real good. And it's the most articulated figure of Jack Sparrow I have. Second one I've gotten from Scratch and Spin. Look, it's kind of derpy in the plastic. Well, not from this angle. From like when he was in the box in the plastic. But then when you take the plastic off, boom, you can definitely tell it doesn't look like a derpy figure at all. I'm going to set him up over there. Yeah, and you don't even need the stand, but this is what I'm excited about. It's like a 3-layer box, technically 2 of it. I've never had a figure that came with 2 layers. I've seen people review figures that have multiple layers. Oh, it comes with a display stand too, which it doesn't need. I agree. This part's real cool. Because it stands up very nice, but I do like the backdrop and like you can display it differently. So of course here's probably the least exciting part besides the hand. The hand is a bit more exciting. I don't really like the handle of the sword. It shouldn't look like that, but whatever. It's not like it was made by Diamond Select or anything, which is known for making amazing looking toys. No, I'm just kidding. The base looks pretty good. It's like a normal base. And then it just says Diamond Select Toys made in China. I'm pretty sure that's what DST stands for. Considering that their naming is Diamond Select Toys. How does this work? oh, you slide it in and it clicks, and that's cool. So for some reason this piece was fully connected, but this other one wasn't. And now you can have like a big display base or something. Boom, snaps together, looks nice. And then the backing, where does it go? It goes right here. And it slots in. Hold on. This is so confusing. Yeah, just a sec, guys. I think I almost got it. I don't want to break anything, though, especially since I just got it and it's all I had. Yeah, it looks real good. I like this. I like it a lot. I could definitely see this as a ship. Like the deck of a ship or something. It's not really that tall, so there's no way to show you better. But it looks real cool. And then let's just act like gravity's a thing. Yeah, that's not gonna look that good, but well, maybe if I, yeah, it looks good. I'm definitely gonna have to display at least a couple Jack Sparrow figures with this. We'll get on to Jack in just a second. Give me just like, I'd say 30 seconds to run and grab my other two figures. One is NECA and one is a normal one. So I have 3 different Jack figures, but let me go grab them for comparison. Yeah, I guess all you guys got to look at was Jack Sparrow for that long. Let me put him down. So the other one I got, or I have 2, but this is the first Jack Sparrow figure I got. This is the NECA Jack Sparrow figure, who came with his own base too. This is probably my favorite out of all of them, just because the detailing NECA puts in. And I swapped out the belt for the other figure, but like he came with a hat at some point, but I lost it, which stinks. I got this dude for Christmas a couple years ago. So he's cool. My hand is totally blocking the camera. Okay, he can stand decently well. And then this is the other figure I got, Scratch and Snow, which I customized. I gave him the belt from the NECA figure. The hat he came with, I'm glad I haven't lost the hat yet. You can actually take it off, unlike Diamond Select, so that's a point off. I'm just kidding. If I was acting like I was counting out the points, then... But this figure has barely any articulation, this one. But see what I meant by sword? Like, it's supposed to have this piece right here. And the other one didn't. It's just like a sword that you'd probably play with, that you get at like the fair or something. And also the pistol came with the NECA figure. And for some reason this figure had like a spot right there. Also, this is a NECA figure's compass that I super glued on under this part of the belt. Just like how NECA had theirs on. You can see this is where the compass was. I tried to cut it off just so it didn't look so bad, but this figure has almost no articulation. The NECA figure has some articulation, but then there's other problems with it too, because it doesn't really move this much. The legs are already pre-posed. The only thing that can move on the legs is the boots. It's a good feeling material and all. Like, I like the rubberized texture on it. This is the sword that this Jack originally came with. And belt. Yeah, he comes with the mom's shrunken head, so does this one. It's just covered up. He comes with like the chicken foot and all the little skulls, and then the furs. The hair looks real nice. I never really liked it because you kind of have to make it look like he's in the wind, or like the wind's blowing, because that's how he's supposed to look. I originally did try and remove the belt, or this piece. I did, but then the arms were permanently this color, and they made a variation where it's just this and then the normal shirt without the coat. I couldn't think of the word coat for a second. That's stupid of me. And then you got this figure, which we'll do articulation in a moment. I just want to line them all up on this display base and see what they all look like. But of course, since this one that's already pre-posed, it's gonna take up a lot of space. Gotta get a good looking shot. Now I'll put the new one in the middle. And this is how I get my thumbnails. Now I need to figure out how I can exit recording, take a picture, and still have the recording going without it stopping. Sorry about the camera angle, guys. But yeah, I definitely think the Diamond Select face sculpt and hat and all looks better than all three of the other two. Again, I will do articulation in a second. I don't like the fact that they gave him like a dress looking thing where his vest is supposed to be, it's short. It's not supposed to overlap like that either. That's a big complaint I have. And then the sword, of course, you guys heard me complain about the sword. The display base and actual paint and stuff is pretty good. See, this is what I mean. There should be like a thing right here, like on this Jack Sparrow sword and the other Jack Sparrow sword. And why do you have to swap out the hand? Why can't it just be an accessory? And why can't the freaking hat come off? I hate it. Not the figure. I hate the fact that the freaking hat can't come off. Like, if you kind of push your fingernail up there, you can, I don't know if it's the head moving or if it's just me, but you can kind of feel like a crease where they glued it on and stuff. I'm not wanting to take it off because it could be like the whole hair sculpt could be removed, but like I would love it if this friggin' hat could come off. Like maybe it's like this where it's glued on, but then when you take it off you can see the head sculpt under and it doesn't mess with everything. Or maybe it's like I had a certain Woody figure and it was like a small figure, but when you took the hat off, it, for some reason, I could actually take the hat off pretty easily. But when you took it off, it was just like, I don't even know. It was, because like there was a peg spot where you're supposed to put the hat in. But anyways, enough of me rambling on about this friggin' hat. It looks way better than this one. Because this part actually looks defined, where this one looks like it blends into the sides of it. Also, I do like this not so sharp angles. I don't like the fact that it's on, like, sideways. Yeah, I get he's, like, a drunk pirate, and he's probably not going to have his hat on straight and all. But, like, otherwise, the complaints are almost over. It's a very good figure. I will give it that. Again, I don't like this at all. But enough of me rambling on about what I don't like. Let's talk about the articulation. So his arms can go out, giving him, like, a T-pose look. Elbow joints. You can do this. This is like a cool pose you could have him in if you don't want the sword in. And I like the fact that there's not a sleeve cuff on that one and that there is on this one. Like this part where the shirt is. Even though I don't think it's supposed to be the shirt. Just because he does have one thing around his hand in one of the movies. But I also don't know what happened here. Jack Sparrow's boots don't have this little flap on them. Or maybe I'm just tripping. But his feet have a nice amount of articulation. You can swivel them. They can go up and down. At the joints, they have a pretty good movement. They can go out a bit because there's slices in this little, like... I know it's a vest, but it doesn't look like a vest. But yeah, they put slices in there. Oh, it goes all the way around. It's something I like because in the other figures, it would just cut off like right here, so you couldn't see the rest of it, which is annoying. But yeah, the figure looks good. I like the hair sculpt. Sometimes this piece will go under this belt, which it shouldn't, because then the belt moves a lot more loosely. I don't know where in the hell the ends of the freaking bandana are. God damn it. Because look, you can see there's like this rope part right here where the bandana where he ties it off ends at. Oh, they added the thing to this one too. I thought it was just this figure. Wait, let me grab the NECA figure that fell and see if it has that same thing on the back of the boots. It does. It's not that figure. I thought it was that figure. See what I mean though? It just cuts off. I think it's supposed to, but I don't know for sure. I've been collecting parts for my Jack Sparrow costume for 6 years, and it still doesn't even look that good, but look at this figure. Because it looks like for this figure, it does too. I mean, I get the fact that this new one has like the tronic or whatever, and it's like a long fabric piece, and it shouldn't be, but I would not expect it to go that far back. So you can get some good poses with this figure, but probably the most articulated Jack Sparrow figure I have. You can also probably get like a good like hand on hips pose. You get him waving, fix the belt. I don't know why he has a slot right here. Like, oh yeah, you can slide the sword in, even though this is where the gun is supposed to be, I'm pretty sure. Oh, the sword, that's a nice snug fit. I don't know if you can actually remove the sword from this hand, though. I honestly don't really want to pose him with the sword anyway, so it might be worth testing. Oh my god, can you? It feels like you can. It feels like the sword is removable. This is trippy. I don't know if it is or isn't. I feel like it's like pegged into the hand. I don't know, guys, because look, you can bend these fingers back, and it's like, oh, how's he holding on to it? I think it's a peg holds it in. I gotta do some more looking before I can decide that, but this video is already way too long than I would like it to be. Oh yeah, it's sculpted into the hand. I don't know, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But it's sculpted into the hand, like right there. Yeah. But it's a snug fit in the sword holster. I mean, hey, I guess Jack has a decapitated hand of himself where his sword is holding. But the fact is, it doesn't go all the way. Like, the sword should push all the way through, and then to where this piece right here is, like, right here. Like that. But it just goes to, like, right here. Which kind of messes with me, but I'm not going to put the sword in the holster anyways. Very articulated, which I like. That's what I was hoping from this figure. Because I know I need an articulated Jack figure. And I was like, oh, this guy looks pretty articulated. You can get him in kind of like a drunk pose too, if you're like, flip this around, show you what I mean. It's like he's leaning back and stuff, because he is, because this is how it's set up, like the feet don't line up. You could probably get a stand. Let me try this. Nope. See, if that was the hat, let me show you what I'm talking about when I say this stuff, because I do have a figure that I can use. I'm not sure if it's gonna fall off if I do that, but I would assume it would. Yep. Boom. He hits his head, back of his head on this. Boom. And then all that makes the hat fall off. I guess I could use this hat as a display, but it's just, like, look at this. How could I? This hat looks way bigger, because it's not supposed to go with this figure. Still, amazing figure, though. Really, really like it. Diamond Select did a decent job. I won't say it's as good as the NECA figure, because that would be a lie. But you can see the cuts are for good reason. Oh yeah, you can get him into like a wide stance. I like that better. Because he just kind of looks like he's stiff when you don't have him in like a wide stance or something. Mommy. Oh, that handle's really easy to get out. this slit right here feels like it's for the sword to go in so it can actually stay in his hand. Because this sword will not stay in his hand if you, because like, look, if you try and move it, boom, snaps out. You can see how deep the peg hole is. And then the fact that you got nowhere for this giant end of the sword to sit in. Like, look, let me try and plug it in again. Show you guys what I mean. Like, look, I'm trying to plug it in, but it's not fully plugged in. You can still see this part right here. So I feel like the sword hand isn't even worth it because the end of it just takes up too much space. But I do feel like the figure looks really good in this more wide stance than... I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I wish it came like with like a bottle of rum or something as an accessory and some other hands. Like, look, the stance is way wider than it was before because all the articulation really helps it out. This figure's definitely going to get displayed somewhere. Either that or this figure will be played with and the other one of my Jack Sparrow figures will be displayed. Because you can actually use the hat with the NECA figure. And it doesn't, I'm not saying it looks great, but I mean, you can't really get away with it that well because the hat's so big. But you could just have Jack without the hat for the NECA figure if you want to display him in like a cool like fighting pose or something. Yeah, I'm liking this Diamond Select figure the more I talk about it, but like, this video's been way too long, guys, so. With that, I guess we'll have Jack Sparrow in the video. But again, I would like to see, like, a, oh, and let me make sure, let me look and see if it has the mom's head where it says, no, it doesn't. That was a thing that they could have gotten in there, too. The sculpt is so good. But you do have the tails of the animals. Not even the chicken leg is on there. But the figure's really good in, like, articulation-wise. I would really like to see someone mod it to where they could take the hat off and maybe mod it to where the sleeves can hold the sword correctly, because, like, it doesn't seem right. This ending of the sword is way too long. It's not even accurate to the movie. In the movie, the blade and stuff looks like this. It doesn't even have, like, the simplest details. Because, like, yeah, this way it would line up with the other figure. Because you can see this is where, right here, this piece, it should be right there going over that. And then this piece should be right there. And then the handle should be like this size. And even without swapping the hands out, I could already tell, if you got a better scale figure and you use this as the sword hand, or like the sword that they used, you could definitely get some cool poses with that, and the sword would actually be able to fit into his hand without messing it up. But yeah, there's a lot of complaints with this figure, but then there's a lot of good things too, like the base. I guess the painting on the sword looks pretty good. It doesn't look overly shiny. The base is definitely one thing. The articulation is on a whole nother level. I honestly like it, even though you can't take the hat off, which is a bummer, because it looks so cool without the hat, and maybe like him holding it. I'm definitely going to have to see if I can find a video of someone removing it to see what's underneath. Or I might be risky and do it myself. It's just, what if it takes the whole hair piece off? What if there's like a nub that holds the hat on? And I don't know, I could glue it back together, but I would really hope under the hat it would have like this. Even if it wasn't painted, I could probably paint it and get away with it looking decent. Because there's not even the detailing. Like in this bandana, you can see all the detailing. None on this one. There's no detailing on that bandana either, so I could probably get away with painting it if I have to. But I'm gonna look up videos to see if anyone has done it before I do consider. Well, I've already considered doing it, but before I do it, if someone else has done it and like it does come off. But as I said like 5 minutes ago, Jack Sparrow is gonna end out the video. Well, not really, but just a picture of him. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. See you next one. Remember, like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I get new videos posted. And remember, we're almost to 100 subs. Last time I checked, it was 75, but I think it went up 76. Because I did get a subscriber in school earlier, which would make that 76. So thank you guys. This has been an incredible figure to review, and I know it's not horror, but more horror stuff will be on the way. Thanks for watching, and peace.